Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, and those out at sea, it's Scott Hammond with the 100% Humboldt podcast. You're number 111, by the way.
Oh,
hey.
Seems like it's a good number.
It's a good number. With my new best friend, Peggy Murphy. Hi, Peggy.
Hello.
Tell us who you are. What do you do? Where do you hail from?
Sure. My name is Peggy Murphy. I am the Economic Development Director for the County of Humboldt.
Nice.
I've been here for 10 years. Prior to that, Bay Area and Seattle, and even before that, here again.
Oh, really? So, want to go back and talk about all that. Tell us about economic. What does that do? What do you do day to day, generally?
There is no regular day to day.
Oh, that's probably good.
It's fun. Sometimes it makes it challenging. I think the cornerstones of what we do in our office are business services. So really the traditional economic development of business attraction and recruitment efforts, really to see more industry come into our area, and then business expansion and retention efforts. So ensuring that our local businesses have the supports that they need to stay in our community or expand.
You mean businesses like mine?
Correct.
I never highlight this.
And then our office also supports workforce development. So we have a workforce development team. We house the county's Workforce Development Board, which is a federally required board to receive federal allocations. We also house what used to be known as the job market locally, has been rebranded as the Humboldt Workforce Coalition, and does direct participant services. So we have a team of vocational counselors.
Right. Love those guys.
Providing hands-on services to community members that need employment help.
Wow. So I just thought you were fifth floor. I mean, AI's telling me you're fifth floor up there doing records.
I'm not going to lie. I saw your first one. I was like, I have no clue what vital records.
Custodian of vital records. This is not what you do.
That is not me. No, I think that might be the recorder's office.
So our AI is not working today. Wait, what do they call it? They call it hallucinating, right?
It's trying.
All right. Our AI is on acid, I think. So we're not going to worry about that. So tell us, where were you born? Where were you raised? Where'd you go to school?
I was born in Lexington, Kentucky, but moved to California before I turned 1. And so born and raised in Livermore. My dad worked for the National Lab, and my mom was a wine chemist for Wente and Kincannon and Retzlaff.
Wow.
And then I came up to Humboldt for college. Loved it here, but
what'd you study?
I have an interdisciplinary studies degree, really focused on environmental science.
Oh, that's cool. Did you write your own?
I did. Yeah.
Wow, respect.
Yeah.
That's cool. People were doing that when I was there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun because, of course, I've got the creative side, and so it allowed me to do a more technical approach with some creativity to it, which I really liked.
I like that. Yeah, I had the opportunity, and I go, well,
yeah.
So I kind of ended up with a conglomeration of a liberal arts degree kind of wrote it, sort of.
Yeah, that's kind of how I ended up at the interdisciplinary. I had that conglomeration. I was like, I'll make something out of this.
Right. I have business. I have theater.
Yep.
I have PE and rec and all the things. So, yeah, Humboldt State, now Cal Poly.
Correct, yeah.
Wow, Livermore. So your mom's a wino? No, I'm kidding.
Sure is. She's actually
a wine chemist. That's
they
cool.
like their wine. What's more interesting, I think, about my mom is she's actually from Poland. She moved here a couple of years before I was born, and has her master's in chemistry, and kind of just landed there because my dad got his job at the lab. And
wow, did they meet in Poland?
No, they met in Kentucky as postdocs.
Oh wow, is that a school?
No, University of Kentucky, just doing their postdoctorate program.
Is that in Lexington?
Yes. The kind of fun story behind that is Poland was still communist at the time, and my dad already had the job for the federal government, and they told him he could not marry a communist.
Oh, hilarious.
And my mom's visa for that work had a 2-year return requirement.
Wow.
So they wanted to get married, got told by the federal government that they could not. And so my mom got citizenship in England.
Oh.
Which apparently at the time only took a few months. So she got citizenship in England. My dad flew over to England. They got married in a courthouse in England. He flew back to the U.S. She went back to Poland. And then he petitioned Feinstein and Boxster for almost 2 years to get her over earlier.
How about that?
They allowed it about a month before her 2 years was up.
Wow.
So my parents celebrate 2 anniversaries, when they were married and when she came to the U.S.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Creative workaround.
Yeah. My other fun story about that is when I was about 7, 2 men in big black suits come to our front door because they just figured out my parents had done that. So 9 years later.
Sometimes it takes the feds a little while to catch up.
And by then, it was well after communism had fallen.
Wow.
So
That's a good story. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Poles where I'm from in Sioux City, Iowa.
Oh, sure.
A big Polish town.
So good pierogi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my dad used to talk about it. So you went to Humboldt and what did you do after you got your degree?
I went home for a little while. My dad was going through some medical issues, so went home, helped around there, and then when things got better, I started just putting in applications all over the country to places I thought would be fun to live.
Nice.
Got a hit from the University of Washington in Seattle.
Oh.
Took that job, moved up there. Had only been there once when I was a child and knew no one, and it was great.
Perfect. We will go to the land of the unknown.
Yes, yeah. I was adventurous then.
The space.
Yes.
I used to get out a lot more.
Yes, same.
I used to do a lot more things. So we have a new saying besides "let's get curious" in our marriage. Let me reframe that. And Jody and I, being of advanced maturity, are trying new things. So let's get curious. Let's have fun. The other Pastor Jason and I in Arcata, we have a new saying. It's let's see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's fun just to do the different things.
Figure out how it's
going to go sideways, and then you just walk away.
But if you're prepared that that's a possibility, it's much easier.
We were at a wine tasting, oddly enough, and let's see where this goes. And it went great. He starts pulling out ports and all kinds of stuff. So as your mom is a wine chemist, I'm going to get on that because I have a little bit of interest in wine. So she probably drinks like killer wine. I imagine she gets all the reserves from everywhere.
This is the irony of my parents, and something I love about them is they will buy the cheapest wine to the most expensive wine, and half the time they like the cheaper wine.
Let's get some of that boxed wine.
Oh, yeah. It's a funny thing because my husband and I will buy them like gifts for Christmas, and then my siblings and whatnot. And this one brother-in-law that will always buy like the very expensive bottle of wine.
The killer something.
And it's always the like Christmas Eve wine. And half the time my parents are like, what happened to that $2 bottle from Trader Joe's?
Yeah. Where's my box?
Yeah.
So, from Costco.
Yeah. So I don't know if the years of chemistry really led to the refined palate you're hoping for.
Right. I know they do a lot of chemistry tricks at the end with the wine to kind of get it to taste right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of those Lodi wines. And my son went to UC Davis, which has got a big wine program. So anyway, how do we get off into wine? I don't know. So Humboldt, then what'd you do up in Seattle?
My first job up there was doing environmental and occupational health sciences for the University of Washington. It was a very interesting study based on diesel exhaust fumes causing asthma in children.
Wow.
That was not the fun, interesting part.
Is it true? Is there a correlation?
It's been 20 years, but I believe they did find a correlation.
I could see that.
My actual job was driving a Prius around Seattle with an entire air monitoring kit in the back seat that looked like a giant bomb structure that covered my whole back seat, all windows down, rain or shine.
Wow.
This was 2007-ish, so a Garmin on the front telling me what the bus route was, a video camera recording everything.
Wow.
And the whole time I had to have a bus behind me running its route with kids on it.
Oh.
And the thing was, if you lost the bus for more than 3 minutes, you had to rerun the route at a later date. Oh. And the bus drivers hated us. They felt like we were in their way. They were trying to lose us.
You're a Prius anyway.
They would turn their turn signal on and then not turn, and you would just turn. And so it was a fun job, but then I had a partner that was always on the bus with the same air monitoring kit. And so we would take those samples to see what the ambient was in the Prius ahead of the bus and then what the exposure was for the children on the bus. Huh. Then we went into the schools and had them do spirometry testing. And we would do a sampling. So it would be kids that walked to school, kids that drove to school, kids that took the bus to school, and we'd have them blow up these balloons and do these tests. And then we did it again at the end of the day right before getting on the bus.
In their lungs.
Yeah, so it's right off the bus and then right before getting on the bus, and then we'd ride the bus back.
Wow.
And definitely a ragtag bunch of post-college kids, lots of cursing on those video cameras, lots of lost buses.
And not just the bus drivers.
No. Well, the bus drivers, they're behind us, but it would
Can't
be them.
Even hear them.
Yeah, it'd be them like, oh, I'm going to ditch you. And they would turn their turn signal on, you would turn, and they would keep going straight. And you were sitting there cussing and, try and catch the bus again so you didn't have to do it again.
You're a college student and you're in a Prius, so you're kind of open game at that point.
Yeah. So I did that. And then when that study ended, I actually went through a workforce development program, very similar, actually the exact same ones that we run out of our office today. Went back to school, got a degree in web design, visual design, did websites for a while, and then got a job through that working at Google Maps, doing a lot of the mapping.
In Palo Alto or?
No, in Seattle,
Okay.
or well, outside of Seattle in Bellingham area. Or not, I'm sorry, not Bellingham, whatever's across the water, Bellevue, Bellevue area.
Close enough.
It's a couple hours away from Bellingham, but, bees here. We're working with the bees in Seattle area. Did that and then met my husband in there somewhere, and we decided to move back to the Bay Area, get married.
Wow.
Went back to the Bay Area, got married, spent a while trying to find a house, bought a house in Oakland around the time we had the art gallery. And
so you had your own gallery in Oakland?
We did, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like downtown or?
It was on Franklin, between Franklin 15th and 14th.
I know exactly where that is.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Oh, some people sometimes do, which surprises me.
I know Lake Merritt.
Yeah, so not far off of Lake Merritt, maybe 3 or 4 blocks.
I know Alameda.
Yes.
And I know
not close to Alameda.
Have you ever been to Forbidden Island, which is a tiki bar?
Oh, yeah. My husband's big on tiki bars. His goal is to open a tiki bar here.
Oh, I got to meet this guy.
This is like his goal. We're not big drinkers either, so I find this to be a fun goal.
Yeah.
But
might be profitable. You're not going to drink.
I know.
He will not be drinking.
None of your own supply there.
Yeah. So there's a couple of tiki bars in Oakland, too, I think, that are...
I think
Trader Vic's,
which may have closed or was in...
Could have.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think the Mai Tai was invented in Oakland in World War II.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, rumor has it.
Yeah. I believe it.
No, Forbidden Island, we used to go with my wife and our son, and it would just be magical and fun. We had Miami Dave would serve us.
How fun.
What's up, Miami Dave?
Yeah.
You ever see this? He's a colorful character. We'll just say that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no. So Oakland, and then you sold and came up here?
Yeah, so about 2014, when we found out that I was pregnant with our child, we weren't living in the greatest neighborhood. We were 2 working artists. We didn't mind so much. Our house was gorgeous. It was a mid-century modern, actually custom built for the band leader for Finocchio's, which was the original drag bar in San Francisco, even coined the term drag queen.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. It was floor-to-ceiling windows. It had been built out for her to be the band leader, so she would have practices in there. It had a specific place for the piano. It was just gorgeous.
Cool house.
But in a very unfortunate neighborhood, which, again, was fine for us when we were just artists, bumbling around the Bay Area. But then once the kid was coming into the picture, we were not in a position to send him to the schools we would want
Things change.
So put the house on the market. And then put an offer in on a house here that had some permitting issues. And so we'd lowballed, full disclosure, completely lowballed. And the woman said no, which was probably pretty reasonable of her. And so we bought a van and we were going to drive around the country until we figured out where we wanted to be. And the day we were set to leave, she came back and said yes. And I just remember sitting there in my parents' living room deciding if we were getting in the van and driving around the country or driving up to Humboldt.
Oh, nice.
And we decided on Humboldt.
Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah. And very happy with the decision.
And you never had to live in the van down by the river?
Yeah, hopefully not. We don't know what the future holds here.
For those of you that got the reference, if you're just joining us, it's my new best friend, Peggy Murphy from the county of Humboldt. And I'm Scott Hammond, and we're doing episode number 111. We have a 111 in progress, you might say. See what I kind of did with that?
Got
it. Good. Hopefully. So now you're back here and you're working for the county yet?
Yeah.
Economic development?
Got here, took a while to, get on our feet, figure out what we were doing. And then I got a job for the Small Business Development Center, worked there for a few years, and then COVID hit.
This is on E Street. In
the Prosperity Center building,
My friend, one of my best friends in the world, Ron, owns the whole building.
Yes, love Ron.
Do you know Ron Pileggi?
Yes. And you're going to have to remind me his wife's name.
Sandy.
Yes, both very kind people. They were very sweet.
They are super sweet. They live upstairs in the little apartment.
Exactly. So during COVID,
you should see that apartment now. It's super cool.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it in years, but during COVID, we were all on lockdown, but I was running workshops still. And so I would come in so that I wasn't doing them from home with my kid running around and my dogs and all that. and they would be in the apartment, and the door to their apartment was right behind me.
Right.
So there's like countless workshops where you just see the door open and Ron stick his head out, and then,
It's the Coast
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
That's fun. So that's your desk right there.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because we would have hung out with them and probably, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we go way back because we used to do Toastmasters next door, and Greg Foster was there, and Michael Kraft, and Janet.
And Janet DePace, yeah.
Janet DePace.
Yeah, I actually had lunch with her the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
So she coined the term when I was introducing a Toastmaster. She introduced me as Recreation Administration, Humboldt State. She goes, You majored in recess? I go, yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I did. I'm a recess guy.
Yeah.
So you worked for those guys, and then what?
And then somewhere in the whole COVID thing, I decided it was time to start seeing what other opportunities were out there. I mean, not gonna lie, it wasn't a hugely fun period to work for the SBDC during COVID. We were going through all the PPP loans, the EIDL loans. I mean, I think we did great work overall. It just was tough talking to all the businesses that really were struggling, didn't know what to do, and we were supposed to be a resource for what to do, and we also didn't necessarily always know what to do.
Right. There was no manual for all of it.
Yeah, and building the ship as you sail it. So started looking around, applied for some jobs, landed an interview with the county and the economic development office, and was hired to run Project Trellis, the cannabis business support program.
Right.
The initial intention there had been to actually turn it into an SBDC for cannabis businesses because cannabis can't tap into federally funded programs still to this day. So no SBDC services, no workforce development services.
No marketing, no anything.
Yeah, so that was the original intent, but then I come in to find, start talking to the state, and that was not the intent of the state's funding. So we had to revamp the program, ran it differently. It continues to run to this day. We've put out well over $12 million in state funding into our local cannabis community, which I think we all know is a drop in the bucket in reality for them. But, at least we've got some type of business support, and hopefully it is helping some folks.
So what's your take on the boom and bust of that industry? What caused that? Where's it at? Where's it going? So now we're going to get into economic.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mess, right?
Yeah. And I think, the common things that are absolutely true is it went from unregulated to highly regulated. The costs are absurd.
The taxation's been crazy, right?
Yeah, and not just the local tax, the state aspect, but also like the state licensing fees and the separation of licensing so that you have to have a license for this, then a license for that, then a license for that, all just to get your product to market, which means you've created the supply chain of all these people that need to get paid along the way, which reduces the
profitability.
Right, and at the same time with an oversaturated market, your profit has already been gouged, so now you're also paying an entire supply chain on a quarter, if not a tenth of what your product used to be worth.
Right. It's a bad combo.
There's also the hard part with Humboldt where we became such a destination for cannabis because you wanted to be able to hide. You wanted to be in the hills. You wanted to be out of sight.
Remote.
When things legalize, you want to be on the I-5 next to your,
Santa Barbara
distributor next to your, and so what we see is those areas that have that access and the population base.
Yeah. We're driving up to Santa Barbara, going to get some weed. Yeah, it's funny because I don't know that I'm a huge fan of cannabis, but I am definitely not a fan of big government and rip-off taxation.
Yeah.
I mean, as a business owner, I have a fifth employee. It's called Uncle Gavin. And Uncle Sam, and maybe they're a conglomerate of somebody that doesn't really do that much for me that I can tell.
Right.
And they're a high-paid employee.
Yeah, and it's always the concept of someone at the top determining how something at the bottom should work without knowing the community, knowing the local needs or the actual system.
So the taxation and the way they pulled all this off for the cannabis grower back to weed, that plus legalization, supply and demand was kind of a death knell for some, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen a dramatic a dramatic decrease in the amount of operations
and tax revenue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They say Garberville's a really sad place right now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. Because I don't know. We're all boom and bust. I mean, it's like the whole America's built on boom and bust. So is Humboldt.
Yes, and part of what I don't know if it's the issue, part of the thought process behind what we're trying to do in our office is move away from boom and bust, move
Mhm.
away from this business and industry that relies on natural resources and extraction of those, and really looking at what opportunities there are to bring
Yeah.
industry in that's different, that's more like what we see in other areas,
Yeah.
that isn't contingent on how much you can grow or
Right.
how many trees you can cut or how many fish you can fish.
Right. Funny you're here because this is kind of a theme of the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's a thread in the podcast,
Mhm.
and that is, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Because we got homelessness. No one's got great
Mhm.
idea. Everybody's got great ideas. Got healthcare. You got housing, and you got joblessness. And I don't. My son Mike is a smart 21-year-old. He's laying it down, man. He goes, I don't have a lot of job options here,
Yeah.
Dad. And so I'm wondering, somebody mentioned remote workers.
Yep.
And I'm going, okay, how do you get them here and how do you keep them here? And I think people that work remote that want to live in Humboldt are probably here.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that because we've had some recent conversations with remote workers to ask exactly why they ended up in Humboldt. And what was interesting to me in the conversations is their primary answer was that most of them have to check in to their place of employment once a week, once a month, something like that. So they picked this location because of the flights available or the easy access to the Bay Area or Los Angeles or wherever their main site is. So it's been on my mind, especially with the April 8th launch of the Seattle flight.
I know. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, with a major
Jennifer brought that up.
tech. Okay, yeah. With a major tech workforce, what could we potentially reap out of that for remote workforce?
So if we went to Seattle and said, hey, you want to move to Humboldt?
Yeah.
Hey, remote workers at Boeing.
Yeah, right.
Or Kirkland.
Yeah. Or the Googles or the Microsofts or the Amazons or
Costco.
Yeah, absolutely. And, some of that has to do with recognizing that we do have a housing issue too. And so what is that just bottlenecking a bigger issue?
Right.
But also you see them spend their money in our community then. We don't see the incremental growth of, say, retail sales tax out of them having a business here that contributes to retail sales tax.
Right.
We would see the incremental component of them spending their money locally.
Whereas Amazon came to McKinleyville and grew some jobs, and that'd be different. Even though that's arguable and not really where I want to go.
Yeah, that I don't know if I want to touch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Steve Madrone does.
Yes, and I will let him.
Steve. Hi,
yes,
Steve.
yes. Yeah, and I mean, I think there's something to say for being considerate of what type of development we do and whether the overall is really bringing in the needs. Because part of what we're really looking at for our office is how do we increase our tax base?
Yeah.
Because the things that you just mentioned, the homelessness, the drug issues, psychiatric issues, a lot of those basic human need issues are supported through tax base.
Right. And roads.
Roads, yeah.
Central Avenue sucks, man. McKinleyville? Come on, Steve.
Again, not touching that one.
Somebody said there's money set aside for that. Is that true?
You would have to ask, I believe, Public Works. That's
not
in my...
I see we're not touching that one. I'm going to talk to Steve.
I honestly don't actually have an answer for that one.
But bigger pictures, it takes a tax base.
Yes.
With jobs and companies.
And we have a great entrepreneurial economy locally. We have wonderful people with great drive. We are one of the areas that has some of the smallest outside investment into our area, though.
Interesting.
And so there's something to think about in that.
Amongst counties in Humboldt? Or counties in California?
Yes, and I believe actually the number, it looks pretty dismal when you look nationally, too, for where we kind of fall in that investment.
That's kind of a trip. Yeah. And so I guess because of distance, right? Geography?
But that, and we've long had a we will do it ourselves mentality, which isn't always bad, but, for local growth opportunities, it's important to understand that outside investment doesn't mean 4,000 new people in our community. It sometimes just means some money to develop and build and expand your base.
Or nuclear waste or something worse. Yeah, it's so I think as I've grown up as a young man with long hair, hard to believe, folks, for 40, 50 years in Humboldt, I've watched, my perception is not in my backyard. And we're so
Mhm.
freaking picky about everything and it's like, and so pretty soon you go, hey, you're not just picky, you're doing it not in my backyard. I caught you.
Yeah.
What up with that person who or company or big giant business that doesn't want a Home Depot or blah blah. Let's just go on and on. So the bottom line is what. And now we got $6 gas.
Mhm.
We got outrageous real estate prices. I mean, the deck is stacked against us in so many ways, and all the us's that work 2 and 3 jobs and still can't frickin' afford a home.
Yeah.
Like what? And so that after you're through the frustration and navigating homelessness and navigating all the things, to have leadership in play in county city level that says, no, we're not doing that. We're going to just do this other thing. It's like, I think we got to grow smart, right? I mean, guide me along here.
Yeah.
I'm ranting quietly that that there's got to be smart development, right?
Yes. Yes.
Smart jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. We really need to be very conscientious that when we talk about development, we're not bringing in something that our community doesn't want. One thing that's been interesting for our office is we do respond to requests for information for potential development for entities interested in developing or growing or whatnot.
Trader Joe's.
That's a whole nother story. No, we don't receive them for Trader Joe's. These tend to be more heavy industrial entities. We saw a very dramatic shift with the new administration going away from a lot more like clean energy opportunities, things that actually align very much with our community values and needs. We've seen it
going away from that.
We've seen it shift heavily towards nuclear opportunities, towards yes, and defense opportunities, things like that. So it's also a very interesting time to be trying to be very conscientious of how we develop because the opportunities aren't the same they were 3, 4, 6.
So blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken.
Yeah, so we continue to look, but we do really keep the community in mind. There is a point, though, where I think you have to weigh what's, the greater good.
Right.
And sometimes it is saying no to something. Other times it's, welcoming something with thoughtful manner to do so. So like a lot of the community benefits agreement conversations that were happening around wind, there's abilities to have conversations that leverage what our community needs if we have concerns, but the development is worthwhile.
And compromise. I guess that's got to come into this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The concern is, my concern is sometimes the bigger voices win the day who are not necessarily a majority.
We call them the STPs, the same 10 people.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah.
They have a name.
Yes. Yeah, and
that's who they are.
It doesn't mean that their voice isn't important. It just means that it's not always the last voice that you need to listen to.
Right. I like that. And, and sit down, you've had your say. I've seen a couple of those going, it played out, it didn't go your way, and now it's done and the voting's done. Why don't you sit down?
Yeah.
Have a seat. You can weigh in on the next one.
Yeah.
Because, and sometimes we're not really satisfied with that. Well, cool. I want to know more about economic development after you win a Dick Taylor chocolate bar.
Oh, yay.
What are you talking about? Oh, the brown butter.
Ooh.
Brought to you by Adam Dick, Dustin Taylor.
Yes.
And they're amazing. You know what? They both married up like I did. They have smart wives who support them, and because their wives are amazing, they get to be amazing.
I appreciate that.
Behind every good man. Hey, so let's do the quiz. Are you ready?
Sure. Hopefully.
Where's my bell? Where's all my props, Nick? Here they are.
I don't know if I was prepared for a quiz.
All right. This should be fun. Maybe
this is an introvert in me loving this.
We're going, yes, is it trivia? Question number 1. Favorite tiki drink?
Oh, I think I'm a classic Mai Tai.
Classic Mai Tai?
Oh, yeah.
You ever what is it called? Navy? I'll think about it later. Question number 2. You get a whole day to do whatever you want to do. Money's not the question here. And what are you going to do?
Locally?
Yeah, locally. What's your best day ever? Well,
I would probably go to Renata's for a crepe, end up at the beach for a bit.
Ooh, what's your beach?
Dry Lagoon, probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. Love agate hunting.
Mhm.
End up there, would hit Miller Farms on the way home, buy some plants, and spend the afternoon in my
Miller's.
yard.
Don and
Yeah.
Dick Miller, legends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miller Farms, that's it. No one's ever had that choice. And then do what at home?
A garden.
Garden.
Yeah.
Okay. Garden therapy. Okay.
Maybe spent
Cool.
some time in our redwoods. Yeah.
What gives you a brain bleed metaphorically in terms of drives you crazy, hurts your heart?
I think it's in this line of work specifically, the insane amount of bureaucracy to make a difference.
Mm.
And I think the more hurts my heart is having an amazing office full of really amazing staff that are working really hard every day in a very uphill battle
Wow.
to improve things.
So you're quite the leader then.
My staff is amazing. They do all the work.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
All my staff are younger and smarter, quicker.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And motivated. And they love their community. And it's just,
They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard to look around the office and see them all working so hard and knowing that things are happening at the state and federal level we can't change, that impede the work they're doing, that especially with HR1 requirements coming down soon for work requirements, our office is preparing to help our community as best they can to make sure people keep their medical and SNAP benefits. And
good, like that.
It's going to be a huge lift with no extra funding, no extra staffing. And,
wow.
You know, and they're all happy to take on that work and figure out best ways for our community.
Wow. You got a cool crew.
They're amazing.
I like that.
Every single one of them.
You know what's her name said? Jessica?
Mm-hmm.
She said a lot of people, I don't know if she said this. Somebody said this recently. A lot of people that came from the marijuana industry came back into the workforce and made it better. Because they had a lot of cream in the crop at $50 an hour cash, making $75 an hour in real life.
Yep.
Came back and took, other real jobs.
Well, yeah, other jobs.
Other jobs. It was all work and it was all real.
Yeah.
Hey, question number 3. What gives you life and fills you up?
I mean, my family. I have a wonderful husband and great son, and they're just lovely. If I could spend all the time at the beach with them, that would be it.
Is he an only child?
He is, yeah.
Oh, guess who else was?
Who?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me. Okay.
My mom raised me in San Diego, National City, even better. And what do you do when you're that guy? You go to Humboldt and meet Joni and have 9 kids.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with mine. He's only 10, so I'm not prepared yet.
Oh, no. It's great being an only child. I never do any different. Okay, last question. You ready? You could hike on one trail in Humboldt. What trail would you go for a walk on?
Tall trees.
Tall trees.
I love Tall Trees Loop.
Wow.
It's my favorite place to take folks.
Tall trees meaning
out Bald Hills.
Bald Hills, yeah. Oh, so Bald Hills and then walk down?
Yeah. Have you ever done the hike? It's the hike that takes you to the base of the tree from the National Geographic magazine.
No, my wife does it constantly.
I love that hike. Partially, I love that hike because at the top, if you're there at the right time when the fog rolls in, it looks like you're above the clouds.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then the hike is gorgeous. And
oh, yeah. We go all the way up to the end where is it the purple flowers that all bloom?
Oh, the lupin.
Yeah, the lupin bloom. What's that? It's another hike. We did that one before. But we'll do Prairie Creek and stuff.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's a little bit of an elevation drop too, right?
Yeah, it is. Don't forget water.
It's super easy going down.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yes.
Go for a swim, hang out.
And then the uphill is always oh my God, are we almost there?
Right. We have a secret swimming hole on Redwood Creek.
Ooh.
Don't tell if we told you, we'd have to kill you. It's amazing. So in the summer, it's quite nice up there.
No one tells their secret swimming holes.
But they're fine.
I'm not telling mine.
You just look it up. ChatGPT. Chat knows them all.
Yeah.
Well, hey, congrats you, my friend, have won a dark chocolate, brown butter, nibs and sea salt, 73% Uganda dark chocolate bar.
Well, thank you so much.
Courtesy of our friends at Dick Taylor.
I will enjoy that.
You will. It's delicious. Goes good with wine. You're going, what's up with the wine, dude?
I grew up with a wine chemist for a mom, not unusual.
Right. She's always talking about wine. I don't know why. So tell me about let's go back to economic development. Some of the top 3 programs that you guys are about. So you said used to be the job market. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, now known as the Humboldt Workforce Coalition. Right. Yeah, that's probably our biggest.
And then the difference between SBDC and the Prosperity Center, and they were all in one. You guys are on
mhm.
East Street, but there's two different things. One of them's up at Humboldt now, right? At Cal Poly, or no,
No,
it's in Arcata.
the SBDC is in Arcata now, yeah. So the Prosperity Center was just the name of that building, which was basically a
Okay.
collaboration of multiple entities that were working towards the same.
And Greg is with SBDC.
Greg is with REDAC, Region Economic Development Commission.
So there's so many. It's an alphabet soup for me.
Yes, and I think also in that building, the Film Commission was in there as well.
Cassandra was there.
Yeah, when Nate was still there as well. And then for a time when I first started, Humboldt Made was still in there.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of who else. There was a few other people that had offices in
Kind of
there.
an incubator of sorts.
Yeah, it was intended to kind of get not all of them, but some of the key players in the economic development.
Yeah, Scott Q. Marcus used to do workshops
yeah,
in marketing.
absolutely,
And stuff.
yeah.
Scott. Yeah, he's my good friend.
He and Marianne love them.
Oh, they're great. Yeah. He introduced me to Toastmasters and then
sure.
And then the NSA.
Okay.
National Speakers Association.
Yeah, okay.
So we would, here, let me connect this. We would go down to Oakland to that waterfront hotel and do workshops at the, whatever it is now. It's like it's 2 now, but they're right there. And what an amazing dude.
Yeah. I love them both. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They were a great part of my time at SBDC.
Oh, nice. So, he would come and do workshops, right?
Yeah.
And Jeff Smaller and all of us.
Yeah.
Ex-Toastmaster types.
Yep.
So tell me more about, how are we going to economic develop Humboldt?
I mean, we're trying. I think, so taking kind of a step back on all of it, every 5 years we do an industry study. Prior, we called it the Targets of Opportunity. This last one was called Project Rebound. It had a lot of resilience and focus on what we do if another pandemic happens or earthquake happens or things like that, but really focus on economic resiliency.
Do you guys finance it and do the study or hire it out?
We hire it out. We, especially over the past few years, I mean, we're a very small staff. We are a staff of 12 currently. Well, maybe we're 13 right now. But
are you in the county building downtown?
We're over by the old Harley Davidson in the Plaza building with child support.
Humboldt Bank building?
Yeah, that one. But 7 or 8 of our 12, 13 employees are all our workforce development team. So, small team. And so we do get consultants to do that work. 5-year goal for me would be eventually that we are doing that type of work in-house. But we get that study done and it analyzes our local area to figure out what our top industries are so that we're focused. We're not just, buckshotting everywhere trying to make impacts that fall flat because we're just spread too thin. And even then we have 9 target industry clusters, which is still a lot for a small team. We then get the comprehensive economic development strategy and our local and regional workforce development plans built off of that industry study so that we align both our workforce and our business and economic development strategies on the same concepts.
So you're kind of betting on an industry that's coming on, that's going to come on strong, or?
Well, so these ones focus on existing industries. So these are really like the agriculture,
tourism,
fisheries, tourism's in there. And then we're taking those and we're going through them and we're looking at what we can do on the economic development side to do business attraction and recruitment, but also really importantly for our region, retention expansion of our businesses. So what value adds can we provide to to those industries, communities? And then as we do that, how are we preparing those businesses with the workforce they need to support that?
So training.
Yeah. So our workforce team is coming in at the same time, preparing people to take on what we're hoping is expansion of jobs in those industries based on what we do on the economic development side. That said, though, to your point, we are definitely looking at other industries and things that don't exist locally to see what we can potentially bring in, things that are more, I don't want to say cutting edge, but more on the nationwide, scalable industries. I mean,
clean tech,
even things potentially in drone, robotics technologies, things like that. We are paying close attention, of course, to the federal administration to see where funding will likely be placed so that we can take advantage of that because realistically, none of this happens unless we're funded. But we're also paying very close attention to the state's blueprint for economic development And in that are specific industries we do not have locally that the state has indicated they will be putting money towards. And so we are paying attention to that and seeing if that's a way to bring industry in locally with good paying jobs and hopefully then spur entrepreneurship around that as well.
Love it. So you're layered, man. You got to be playing all the bets.
We're definitely looking at different levels and figuring out how we can make those impacts. The one thing that I always kind of make sure that people understand, though, is this is a long game.
Yeah, this isn't overnight.
Economic development is not you'll see this change next month or even next year. You're more likely to see the impacts of what we're doing today in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's a hard conversation with economic development because people are hurting now.
Right.
And they want to see the change now.
Yeah.
And with the way our funding works, being primarily grant-funded office or getting funding through the Board of Supervisors, it's an annual review, basically. We're basically coming back every year and being like, can we get more money? Can we continue being sustained? And there's not always the attitude of, you've made incremental progress towards your 5-year goal. It's we haven't seen the change yet. And so we're always in the cycle of also defending the progress and working towards the larger goal.
Defend that thesis.
Every day.
Folks, life is a long game.
Yeah.
Not just economics, but everything's a long game.
Yeah.
Parenting is kind of like that.
Well, that's the thing, is the long game in my end is that I have a 10-year-old and I hope that by the time he's looking for a job, like your 21-year-old, he's not saying that there isn't anything locally.
Doesn't have to leave and go to Reading or Medford or
Seattle like I did.
Or Seattle. Heaven forbid.
Well, there's a flight now. I mean,
Seattle's cool. I like Seattle. So so economic development, so you do trainings and you foster that. So if you find an industry that you really want to be all over and help, do you have tools to bless an entire industry? And do you have levers that you can, like, I don't know, kick tourism in the pants real hard and help it?
I'll touch on tourism in a second. If a lot of times what we're looking at is heavy industrial, because that's really like the manufacturing, that end of it. We do have some tools. We have an enhanced infrastructure finance district for the Samoa Peninsula, so everything south of the bridge falls into that. It creates an incremental component of property tax into a pool where we can do infrastructure updates, things like that need to happen so that we can get a site build ready. A lot of those are brownfield, so there's brownfield remediation work needed, sewers needed, things like that.
But there's land to do that stuff.
Right. But a lot of times they're not in a developable state right now, and so that has the opportunity through that incremental property tax growth to put funding into a pool where we can make those changes there, so we can then go to businesses in those industries who are interested and say, we have a completely development-ready plot for you.
Cool. So you have some power, some discretion.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the will of inflation and property taxes.
Some tools.
Yeah. And then we have some other things. One of the things our office does is site selection work for potential industries. So we do work with our local developers and landowners to solicit their properties to potential development and industry. And we do act as a concierge service, then setting up meetings, say they need to meet with planning and building, or they need to meet with the Coastal Commission, or we work heavily with the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development for state incentive programs. And so we will introduce them there and help them.
Network world there.
Yeah, everything that we do is a collaborative process.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing that we do that we can do alone. So we really rely on partners and systems.
Yeah. I was going to ask about money. Can we get some money from you, or is that just a partner? Do you push people to partners?
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. We don't have holdings of funds to just do things with. Our workforce development programs run an RFP every 4 years for youth providers, and so that is a way for people that want to provide youth services to get some funding out of our programs to be able to run those.
Okay.
And then we do have the Headwaters Fund, which I'm sure you've had someone on here before to talk about that.
Do you have a chunk of it? Is that how that works? Or do you administrate it?
We administer it, but we also it has a revolving loan fund that is done through, the funds go through REDEC and North Edge into their lending. But then the interest off of those comes into a grant fund.
Wow.
Which we do granting. I think our cap on a grant is $100,000. And so we do that, and that's actually open to public entities and nonprofits for projects that will lead to economic development or job creation.
How much money was that when it all came through?
Oh, I should know off the top of my head, about 20 million.
And then it's grown because it's been invested.
It's about the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about the same right now.
Which actually is pretty cool, considering they probably gave a lot of it away, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's lended out. Some things don't work out, other things do, but there is a requirement of a certain amount staying within an investment pool. And,
Somebody was talking about the new economic development contest. Remember the Arcleys used to do it. Now the new guys. Tell us about that. Do you know much?
That's through SBDC and their partnership with, remind me, the venture capitalist group.
Right. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to blank out. I shouldn't. But it's a partnership between those folks to try to encourage and support new economic development projects.
And that one's cool because it's accountable all the way through, right?
Yes. No, that one's lovely. The Headwaters Fund did provide them a small grant for their marketing efforts. Other than that, we're just cheerleaders for it. It's a great opportunity. We fully support it. We are pleased to see who is in the running for it and think they're great projects.
And there's not just one grand prize winner, but there could be. But there's a pool of money that's going to be dispersed.
That's my understanding, yeah.
Huh. What's it called again?
Startup Humboldt.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. It's
who's the person?
I mostly speak with Will Franklin, who's the director for the Small Business Development Center. He's heavily involved, and so he's my person for it.
Yeah. No, hey, Will. I know Will a little bit. Yeah. So I had a question about something in Arcata. So Copeland Lumber used to be McKinney Lumber, and now it's a giant cable that goes to Singapore.
Oh, the broadband cable, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that actually do in terms of its? What does it actually achieve? That cable that comes here, does it?
Well, I mean, it'll be the connectivity to provide broadband through our area into some of the harder to reach areas.
It goes rural, so it could come out. Go up to
the 299 project, definitely going
Willow
through
Creek and
Hoopa and all of that.
Trinity Valley.
Yeah, that's a absolute Connie Stewart project. Again, we are huge cheerleaders for her. Love seeing that happen. That conversation's been around since I was in college here.
It's not a big jobs thing. But it's a infrastructure.
It's infrastructure,
move, right?
But it's also, it's a digging project in the long run to get that in. So it's huge. It's a construction project. So definitely a workforce project with that. And then the overall infrastructure definitely leads to potential development. Businesses need to know that they have good, solid Wi-Fi, especially if we're trying to attract remote workers.
Right. But it's bigger than a redundancy to Optimum or Centrelink. It's
the
bigger
actual access that we have not had before.
So it's the backbone.
Yeah, it's everything we've needed.
Is it working? Is our backbone working?
Well, I don't believe that the last mile projects have started yet. I think they're starting soon, and I may be totally wrong on the timing. But
somebody will flip a switch and we'll have access to.
I mean, probably
faster.
Not that simple.
Yeah.
But if only it was.
Don't you people just press buttons out there?
This is the whole. It's a 5 to 10 year project point.
Dang it!
Yes.
Oh, you said things are slow.
Yes, it's not going to happen next month. But huge progress over the years, and absolutely a selling point when we're talking to businesses. Especially the ones that are looking at rural communities.
So you did good on the quiz. Let's see how. I want to ask some Humboldt questions.
Okay.
What do you like about Humboldt County?
I mean, the community. I feel like I know that at any point, if I needed something, my child needed something, my husband needed something, there's someone that will come help us. And then there's the River Days and the friends. And I feel like coming from the Bay Area, especially, of course, I grew up there. I have my friends there, but there's this whole different depth to the community here that's just amazing.
That's cool. And there's no River Days there.
You can try.
We went to the Delta twice this summer.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's different. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So the geography makes the difference.
Yeah. And the tenacity of the people and the resilience that we see. I mean,
So our hot date night for COVID was getting the Odyssey van, drive from McKinleyville to Camel Rock on Scenic Drive, throw those van doors open, baby.
Yeah.
And the sun's coming in and have a picnic and just right there.
Love it.
Watch people surfing.
Yeah.
We saw a guy parasail.
Oh, wow.
He ran off the cliff like 5 times.
Oy.
and did die.
Oy.
I know it's going.
Gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Going, oh, this guy.
Good for him.
He would just get this fast run and go for it. And it's like, where are you from, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm from Ashland, Oregon.
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the things, your brief point about tourism earlier. Outdoor recreation is one of our biggest drivers of tourism locally.
Right.
We saw a boom in it even during COVID, and we're coming back strong on that. In fact, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Cal Poly Humboldt, in partnership with our office and some other folks, is putting on an outdoor recreation summit this year to talk about what we can do to grow outdoor recreation, especially in the travel and tourism industry.
Very cool. Where's that going to be?
Oof, it's at the Humboldt Bay Aquatic Center, I believe, in June this year.
On the bay?
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
So people from around wherever and come and talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
What do you not like about Humboldt? What do you loathe? I wouldn't ask that. What's not your favorite?
The invasive blackberry bushes.
Okay.
I don't know. For anyone that gardens, I mean,
I hate those blackberries.
Yes, I've been picking thorns out of my hands for 10 years.
Fog for 20 days in a row.
I love the fog.
Oh, you're a fog lover.
I love it.
You and my son, Jesse.
I love it. I love watching it roll in. I'm up kneeling right kind of at the fog line, and so we get the kind of late afternoon roll in. It's beautiful.
We get that a lot in McKinleyville by the airport. In fact, I often pray for the people at 10 o'clock that come in from LA on the flight because they circle once.
Oh, no, I've done 3 times.
Sometimes they don't circle.
Oh, they just head right back.
Jody watches them on the flight tracker.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, they're going back.
They get one pass. It's like rookie pilot.
Yeah.
And sometimes the other guy the other night did 3.
Yeah.
When they come in, you go, oh, there's got to be nothing more deflating than like an all-day flight and coming home, and I'm going to see my sweethearts, and I'm back in San Francisco.
Yes, myself and some coworkers went to a conference a couple of years ago, and I'm on the California Workforce Association board, so I had to stay a couple of days longer. Drop the 2 folks off at the airport that are going home before me. That night, get a call thinking, oh, they're just telling me they're home. Nope, they've been rerouted back to SFO and are looking for a hotel room.
Bummer.
So the next morning, they're taking off again. I'm at my board meeting for half the day and then going to the airport that afternoon. As I'm returning the rental car, they were calling me on repeat, and I'm like, oh.
This isn't good.
And I answer the phone right as I return the rental car, and the staff member's like, don't return the rental car. Because their flight went out that morning, came back.
Oh, no.
And then my flight, as I look at it, had been moved back 3 hours. And
keep that rental car. Come get us.
So we just got a new rental car and drove home.
Easier.
Yeah. But, that's quirky about us. I don't know if that even bothers me. We understand that. We know our area. We know what's happening.
It's funny how you accommodate that. You go, it's hateful for me. I would hate it. But then I would go, okay.
No, I'm proud of our airport and what it can do. I think it's wonderful.
I think a lot of pilots take the easy pass anymore. They used to land them.
Yeah.
Pretty regular and not thick fog, but fog.
Yeah. I think, though, if I was to name my one thing I probably hate the most about Humboldt is this, and it's not even actually about Humboldt. It's about the fact as an ultra-rural area, we're very misunderstood at the state and federal level what rural really means.
Right.
We find that a lot of times in our systems, Fairfield is considered rural or San Bernardino.
What?
And so we're having this conversation. We're like, no. You're like an hour to
Santa
a major
Rosa.
30 million population district.
Right.
Like you're not understanding our level of rural.
Right.
And that comes up in a lot of the development conversations. And the misunderstanding of how that impacts our area and our ability to develop and attract good, sustainable business.
That's a big miss. Yeah.
It's very hard. And I think that my biggest frustration is that our policymakers either don't understand or are choosing not to fully understand, or are choosing not to make the investment.
Right. You're in rural Napa. Wait.
I mean, we've had that conversation too.
Burbank is pretty rural.
A good example is we see at the state level on the California Workforce Development Board, with whom we have a great relationship. Their farthest north appointment for their workforce board is Connolly. So out of the Santa Rosa area. No one from anywhere north of that.
Wow.
The whole state workforce board.
Wow, that's not good.
We also see it with CALID, which is our California Economic Developers
Mhm.
Group. I mean, wonderful organization, but similarly, I think farthest north is actually, I think, our former director, Scott Adair with Santa Rosa.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's not
so
good.
how does our area have a voice if we're not at the table?
Right. We don't.
It's probably my biggest
Yeah.
hatred, frustration,
Yeah, that's a hard one. That'd be a hard
constantly banging on the door of how do we get a seat on your board?
one. So, if you're just joining us, you're really late to the show, which is fine. Thank you for coming with my new best friend, Peggy Murphy. Hey, so as we wrap it up here, what would you like to talk about? What's on your pet program stuff that you would like usins to know about out there with what y'all are doing? Since I'm talking rural now.
Oh, gee. I mean, you brought up tourism, so probably worth talking about what we're doing with
Mhm.
a relatively large marketing analysis that we've been having done recently. Few years back when the county chose to stop funding the Humboldt County Visitors Bureau and
Mhm.
move to a different model, our office was tasked with running an RFP for an entity to do an analysis of our marketing
An
currently.
RFP meaning?
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. A request for proposals.
Okay.
So public process to make sure that we're getting a consultant or contractor through an appropriate, transparent means. We picked a contractor, and over the last 6 to 9 months, they've been working on this analysis that includes asset inventory and a strategy for moving forward.
Mhm.
We are expecting that to go before our board on April 28th, and we're
Oh.
looking forward to that. It will discuss beyond just how to spend more money on marketing for our region, but
Mhm.
also some of the aspects of what we need to do to become really tourism ready.
Mhm.
And the focus is really there on how do we increase the amount of visitors to our area
Mhm.
within our capacity, and not just increase them, but how do we extend their stays? Because the thing is what we no one here wants to be overrun with tourists. We
Right.
already get a lot of tourists during certain seasons. What we want to see is longer stays that mean
Mhm.
more tax dollars
And
again.
some ships.
Yeah. So what
Come
are the
on in.
different avenues? I mean, our new flights are a great
Mhm.
part of that.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be an interesting conversation because the county, of course, does have invested
Yeah.
transient occupancy tax dollars into our county's marketing.
And I think the Five Soups are pretty behind tourism.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And, each of their districts has a different component of tourism, impact in tourism, needs around tourism. And so it's a really multifaceted conversation that
I like it.
I'm hoping leads to some really positive changes for our area.
So we can get behind that.
I sure hope so.
So as we wrap, tell us what you want to be remembered for.
It's funny, my kid asked me this the other day, and I told him for being your mom.
That's a good answer.
Probably not the answer for this one, but, I mean...
I was a great mom.
At the end of the day, I mean, I just hope that, for myself, that, when I'm older, I can look back and see that I made a marked difference. I don't think there's a panacea. I don't think that anyone's going to change everything overnight. I just hope that I can look back and see that I moved the needle and had a positive impact.
Love it. I love that realistic kind of look going, yep, I made a good difference.
It's hard to not be realistic in the long run.
And I blew my kids up. They just were awful, and I was a terrible parent. That keeps coming up in our adult kids. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a kind of an ongoing joke. Well, that was and Joni goes, that's our job. To really mess you up so you can have the comeback. All the therapy that you're going to need.
Well, I always think of it, we all talk about what our parents did to us. And then,
and we came out normal, right?
Oh, yeah, totally normal. But I think often, none of us have a handbook for any of this. We're just doing our darndest to do a good job by
We're millennia into this parenting thing. It's like, what?
Yeah.
There's no owner's manual for this person.
I actually tell my child that a lot. That, especially if I don't handle a situation well, it's that, I don't have a manual telling me how to handle every situation. And, it's kind of true with everything else.
Right. My oldest goes, hey, you're good. Your best was probably not good enough. I'm going,
wait till he tries.
Yeah, good luck. You got 2 daughters that are wild children. You're going to have fun. So it'll be fun watching you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Love you, Jess. Well, thanks for coming, Peggy.
Of course. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Hey, and if you guys like to like us or subscribe or send money or gold bullion or just make a comment, we'd love that. Scott Hammond on all the podcast platforms. We're on Access Humboldt. We're on YouTube. We're all the things. And thanks for joining us. Like a good neighbor. I've never ended a podcast by saying that. Thanks
I don't know if I believe that.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.